hold it all. You held it all while I stood tall. I was the voice in the room with the answers. You were the echo trailing behind. I held the map, you followed the markers. I drew the line, you call it divine. I spoke in futures, I spoke in plans. You nodded like truth for something I owned. I wore the crown like it weighed nothing. You carried the weight and called it love. I stood in the light and called it natural. You learned the dark just to stand by me. I never noticed the way you listen, like silence was shaping what I'll be. I said this is how the story goes. You're nothing you already knew. I thought control was the same as safety. Thought leading meant I'd never lose. But every mirror bends eventually, and every shadow learns a name. If I'm the fire circling, why do I feel the heat, not the flame? I was the head on the wheel, you were the road beneath. I was the word you believed, you were the breath I need. I stood tall, unafraid, you stayed, took the fall. Funny how I felt so big when you held it all. I called your patience a given, called your silence loyalty. Didn't hear the way it trembled, didn't see the cost in your teeth. I mistook your calm for weakness, mistook your grace for delay. Didn't know you were waiting, didn't know the rules could change. You learned my moods like seasons, adjusted without a sound. While I thought I wasn't moving, you were the ground shifting out. Every time you bit your tongue, something sharper learned to grow. I thought time was on my side, didn't know it answered to you. If balance is just bottled power and patience is a loaded gun, tell me why I feel so nervous when you finally start to run. I was the head on the wheel, you were the road beneath. I was the word you believed, you were the breath I need. I stood tall, unafraid, you stayed, took the fall. Funny how I felt so big when you held it all. What if I never let it all? What if you let me think I did? What if strength is just endurance and you were stronger than I lived? I hear your footsteps changing tempo, I hear the lock click in your chest. You're not asking for permission, you're just done with second best. Now you speak and rooms go quiet, now I listen like I should've then. Your eyes don't ask me for approval, they measure where I fit within. I feel the shift in simple moments, the way you say my name, like it's something you're considering, not something you already gave. You don't wait for my reactions, you don't soften what you mean. You're not cruel, you're just exact, now an exactness cuts me clean. I reach for rules that don't apply, for versions of you that don't exist. I'm chasing echoes of my comfort while you're building what you missed. If I step back, will I disappear? If I fall, will you stay above? Was I ever really leading, or just louder than your love? I was the head on the wheel, you were the road beneath. I was the word you believed, you were the breath I need. I stood tall, unafraid, you stayed, took the fall. Funny how I felt so big when you held it all. You don't explain yourself anymore, you don't translate your fire for me. You don't shrink to make me comfortable, you let discomfort teach. I see myself in your restraint, in every boundary drawn. You're not punishing, not cold, you're just finally moving on. I try to bargain with memory, try to rewrite tone and time, but every we I speak aloud sounds like a lie. You decline, you're not angry, that's the worst part. Anger meant I still mad at you, calm like someone who survived something they no longer realize. It rolls reverse without a warning, and power trades hands in plain sight. Tell me why I still feel chosen when you've already chosen life. I was the hand on the wheel, you were the road beneath. I was the word you believed, you were the breath I need. I stood tall, unafraid, you stayed, took the fall. Funny how I felt so big when you held it all. I don't know how to follow, I don't know how to yield. I thought control was love, didn't know love could lead. If I'm smaller now, maybe I always was. If you're brighter now, maybe I dimmed the room. I wasn't the sun, just a passing light. You were the gravity, knowing truth. Now I see the full inversion like a picture turned to bright. You weren't behind me, you were beneath me, holding worlds I never tried. You didn't rise by taking from me, you rose by putting yourself first. And I don't get to call that betrayal just because it hurts. So here I stand and borrow quiet, learning how to stand alone. You walk forward without looking back, and somehow that's the most love you've shown. If roles reverse and lessons linger, let this be the one I keep. The ones who carry everything are never actually weak. If I ever speak with certainty again, let it come from what I've learned, not from standing on your shoulders while calling balance on. You held it all, I stood